Oh, hey there, Boaz here with Next Pittsburgh, and I'm at the Eaton Park on the waterfront right now, but I'm not here to get breakfast. I'm going to go here behind the scenes, because this might seem like a normal restaurant, but down this hallway, they've got the Eaton Park Test Kitchen, and they're going to show us how they prepare new menu items, and of course, how they make the classic Smiley cookies. So we're going to meet the Director of Menu Development, John Frick. John, thanks for having us in the kitchen.
Oh, welcome. Great to see you. Thanks for joining us today.
Gosh, okay, so first of all, I've never seen so many toasters in my life, all these things. What's going on over here?
This represents a lot of the different equipment that we have in all of our restaurants. So this gives us a good opportunity to work with what our restaurant folks actually work with every day as we develop recipes and ideas to make sure they fit within what we have.
And how long have you been working here?
Oh, I've been with Eaton Park, I'll be 30 years here in February.
Oh my gosh, in those 30 years, what's like your proudest item that you've developed?
Wow, that's a tough question. We've seen a lot of products over 30 years, for sure.
Do you have a favorite menu item personally?
Personally, no. People ask me that, and I'll say, they'll say, "What's your favorite thing?" And I go, "I don't know, because I haven't found it yet." And that's part of what I love about this job is that constant quest for what can we do better, what can we do that's different or more exciting. I want to try new things all the time.
And so how does it work? Does someone come to you and be like, okay, we need a new seasonal sandwich or a new seasonal salad? And you're like, and then you, I don't know, and then you ponder different things. You go to the supermarket, you see what inspires you. Like, how does it work?
Sure, it's a little bit like that. So the marketing team and I meet every year, several times a year, and we talk about what's going on in the world, what's going on in the industry, what are challenges, what are maybe holes or things that we have in our menu that we could do better or that we need more of. We have a committee that meets in here every month, and we talk about what could we put on the menu. Here's how it would look, and there's representation from all departments who all weigh in on, okay, training, can we teach people how to do this? Supply chain, can we get these ingredients? Operations, how do they feel about how it fits within their restaurants and their four walls? All of those things are considered. We decide what those items are. We put them out into test. We assess that data and then decide what are those things that will be going on the menu.
Cool. And behind us here, there's like a theater and Courtney. We're going to talk to Courtney in a second over there, but you've got like 2 rows of seats.
When it's time to roll things out to the menu, that's when we bring those district managers back in, and they each have a culinarian in their group who carries the message. So I'll do a live demonstration for them. I'll let them taste anything that's new here, and we'll walk through step by step on all the recipes, and they'll take that back to their home restaurants, and they will then be able to educate their folks. And we'll set up and we'll shoot training videos in here as well to help supplement that, so they can just click online and see live demos of everything that I've done and hear me walk through the whole process. So.
How do you feel about pumpkin spice things? It feels like that just took over for a couple years. Do you feel like pumpkin spice is going to get played out soon? Are people still interested in pumpkin spice?
Yeah, they're very interested in pumpkin spice, but my goodness, have we pumpkin spiced everything in the world now, or what?
Feels like it. It's like I'm wearing pumpkin spice deodorant right now.
That's awesome. That's awesome. My favorite is driving to work and you see some of the oil change places going, we have pumpkin spice oil changes, which is really funny. But yeah, I think, there'll still be a desire for that. I mean, it's a classic, right? It's very comforting and very home style for sure. But yeah, I think there'll be some evolution from that. I see things like baked apples happening more, and caramel apple. My goodness, I think there's a lot of potential for the fall flavors to come through and not just be pumpkin spice. Believe it or not, there's some people who really hate it.
I'm one of those people. I don't hate it, but it's not my favorite flavor.
Yeah, you don't need to have it in everything, do you?
Yeah.
No pumpkin spice omelets anytime soon.
Good.
Great.
And of course, we can't talk about Eaton Park without talking about the Smiley cookie. And so we've got sort of all sorts of stuff around us. I see some cookies behind us. I see they look like coloring sheets, but I don't think they are.
Yeah, well, there are practice sheets, and so anytime we bring in new team members and we are going to ask them to be decorating our cookies for us, I mean, that's our brand, it's our icon. It's in our lobbies. We're handing it out to all our takeout guests. It's something that we want to put a lot of emphasis on getting it right, and so we would like to have our new folks practice on paper like this, so they get the feel for the icing. It's a royal icing, so it doesn't function like buttercream. You'll get it because we're going to try some today. We've got some training materials for them where we're showing them different sizes, different shapes of cookies that we feature throughout the year. This time of year, of course, our focus is the Monster Mash Pack, because it wouldn't be Halloween without the Halloween Smiley. So,
did you help develop the Monster Mash Pack?
Yes, actually I did. So I always say I control the pressure with this and I drive with this finger because I can then put the tip of the icing bag right where I want it. Okay, and that's what we start with his nose. When we
You start with nose. That's sort of the rule.
It is the rule. We start with the nose. The nose is in the center of the cookie. If you look at it, it's just slightly above the exact center line of this cookie, so that's a good reference point. When we have our nose in the right place, it helps us better position where the eyes and where the mouth are going to go. And so then we'll start with our dimple here, and I go left to right, and I'm holding my bag up just a little bit and kind of letting that icing fall into place and back and forth.
Yeah, it seems tricky. Okay, I'm going to give this a go. And Courtney, do you want to come over and maybe while I'm occupying my hands with this icing, you can tell us a little bit about the history of the Smiley cookie? I know it goes back to 1986, right?
1986, that's correct. So our CEO at the time, Jim Broadhurst, was looking for inspiration for a sweet treat for the youngest guest in our restaurant, and he looked to his hometown of Titusville, Pennsylvania, where every morning he would get a nickel from his mom and walk to the local bakery, Warner's, and come home with a smiling cookie. So he wanted to replicate that, so we actually got the rights from Warner's that allowed Eaton Park to develop the smiley face cookie, and that was when our beloved smiley cookie icon was born.
Well, now I gotta sort of get a review on mine. How do you think I did?
I think you did great, John.
You know, yes, you did. You did really great, especially your first cookie. My goodness, nice work.
So all the cookies that you get, here at the Waterfront Eaton Park, are they all made here at the Waterfront restaurant?
So we're baking all of those cookies here, yes. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, and here are the blank ones. So this is really where, when you don't have the stencil, that's where it gets hard.
Yeah, that's when it starts to get scary, right? The first few times you've done it, that's for sure. But once you've done a couple million, it's fine. It's very easy. Yeah, so our Monster Mash has our classic Halloween cookie that we've always had. A couple new ones that we've done this year. We have a monster cookie with the one large eye in the center.
Sort of a cyclops.
Yeah, exactly. And then we have our mummy cookie as well. And do you want me to hold the microphone?
Yeah, sure. Okay. I thought you would go first, but okay.
No, I did mine already.
Yeah.
Remember, always starting in the center with that nose, right? All right, nice.
Gosh, this is the scary part.
Yeah, here we go. We're off to a good start there. Yeah, letting that icing fall into place. Looking good. Oh, that is pretty nice. Look at that.
I mean, you're
Excellent.
very generous, but it does look a little off. It does not look like the standard Eaton Park cookie. It looks like it's I don't know, it looks a little more smushed, the features maybe.
Yeah, its face maybe a little bit more. Yeah, you're right. It's a little more compact than what we want to do, but you've got the basic pattern there. And going from there and moving those eyes up a little bit more, maybe bringing that mouth down a little bit more, those are easy corrections, and it'll come with practice.
Do you ever have dreams about like future, variations on the smiley cookie? You're like, oh my gosh, I just got the best Easter Bunny smiley cookie idea or something.
Yeah, sometimes we've, and again, that comes from some of that inspiration. You see things out there and, think, wow, we could make a smiley cookie that looks like that. That would be really cool. But then you have to go back. They always tell me I have to rein it in a little bit. Let's keep it so everyone, especially those newer folks, can come in and that they can execute well on it. And but yeah, there's a lot of inspiration out there for sure.
And has there ever been a menu item you've like tried to make, but it just like you couldn't figure it out, or just like it didn't work, or it was just too challenging? It's like, oh, this Brussels sprout, I don't know, pumpkin burger is just not going to happen. Like, I give up.
Sadly, yes, there's a few of those things, but we like to say, that's what this room is for, right? We want to contain all of our failures into these four walls in here. I don't want you to ever see that out there in the restaurants as a guest for sure. But yeah, we have a few things that, we just rack our head against the wall there and think, this isn't happening. How are we going to do this? But hey, that's part of the adventure, right? That's part of that challenge every day of what can we do? How can we solve those problems if we can? And how do we make it great?
Well, can we eat a cookie now?
Absolutely.
Is there one I'm supposed to eat, or what? Can I eat whatever one? Can I eat the one I frosted?
Absolutely, if you'd like to do that. Be careful, the icing on the face is a little wet. Might get.
Okay, will you cheers me with a cookie?
Absolutely.
Feels like we got to end in style. Okay,
Absolutely.
thanks, John.
It was great to see you today. Thanks so much.